This is China's energy usage. This is the United States and Europe's energy usage. China is growing quickly and needs a lot of energy. This makes the energy sector one of the most critical sectors for China. Right now, China is building the most solar and wind power in the world. At the same time, they are building more coal power plants than any other country. The problem they have, and what I will go through, is that they are spending too much on building coal power plants. So much that almost half of China's coal power plants are losing money. The reason China has overinvested in coal power plants is mostly that their government policies have over-incentivized building more of them. In this video, I will deep dive into both how and why China is addicted to coal power. China has entered a new phase in the country's development. Today, China has taken most of the easy steps in developing an economy, and economic growth is therefore slowing down and becoming more difficult. In the beginning, China could build power plants in the best places, which meant they had much more room to make mistakes and still make it worth building. As worse places start to be used to continue increasing the power generation, the room for mistakes shrink. Continuing growing China's economy will require better allocation of the money they have. With the large amounts of energy China uses to power its industrial base, using the best energy sources become important. The focus of this video will not be on the bad environmental aspects of using coal as an energy source. It will instead focus on what is best from the perspective of economics. Here is China's production of solar and wind power over the years, but it is nothing compared to the coal power they produce. Just in 2023 alone, China is expected to build more new coal power in 1 year than any other country has active within its borders. The production of energy is much higher than the amount of energy people are using in China. The operational hours for all energy generators have been falling by a lot. This shows that the building of power plants has outpaced the demand for energy, so much so that almost half of the coal power plants are losing money. It is two policies and one big change in the approval process that are the main reasons for the overinvestment in coal power. The two policies are guaranteeing operating hours for each coal power plant and the guaranteed price for the electricity. The big change in the approval process is to move the decision to build a coal power plant from the Chinese central government to the provinces themselves. The policy about guaranteed operating hours made sure that all coal power generators would get to produce electricity for a relatively equal amount of time each year. This made it so that new coal power plants could easily open up and know how much they would be able to produce because it was guaranteed. But each new power plant also made the existing ones get less time to produce electricity. New coal power plants crowded out the existing ones. The policy for guaranteeing the price of electricity is about the government setting the same electricity price for all coal power plants within a province. The price that was set guaranteed a profit for almost all coal power plants, even the older, smaller and less efficient ones. With these two policies of guaranteeing both the demand and the price for electricity, the coal power business in China became almost risk-free. Despite this, the Chinese central government still acted like a gatekeeper, making it a long and difficult process to build more coal power plants because they did not approve many new ones. It often could take years to get the licenses and permits required to start the construction of a new coal power plant. All of this changed in 2014 when the approval process was handed from the Chinese central government to the provinces themselves. This made the time for approvals twice as fast and tripled the number of approvals. This has flooded the market with new coal power plants, to the point where almost half of them are losing money. Even though coal power plants were guaranteed a good price for their electricity, The guarantee of operating hours meant that they got a smaller and smaller share of the operating hours because of the new coal power plants being built, until a lot of them became unprofitable. Since then, the Chinese government has tried to solve this overcapacity crisis. Even though China has done some to make it better, much more is needed to actually make their energy market work efficiently in China. Creating a well-functioning energy sector is important for China to continue its large economic growth